Alright, so here I am. I'm starting to learn how to use Davinci Resolve. Not Studio. I can't afford that because most of the videos I do is just like promos for fundraiser, and sometimes I'll do a video for a school play or something like that, and that just goes to the school. It doesn't go onto YouTube or anything like that. So I'm not trying to create any fancy videos, and Video Studio has been great for me because I wait for there's a special and it ends up costing me $40 or whatever. That's pounds. I end up, maybe paying £50 for it on a special, or £40 on a special. And so I haven't bought Video Studio because it's perpetual. So it's not a subscription, and that's been great. But I've bought an upgrade every 2 years, more or less. So here I haven't upgraded this time. So I'm on 2023, and I'm not going to upgrade because there are just too many little things that, while learning how to do a lot of video editing have been great, there are just too many limitations. Like, for example, you're limited to the number of folders you can create in this little snidey effort over here. And you're and then there are all sorts of little things, like the other day when there was an issue where if you had an overlay and you didn't put a custom motion on it, it would produce a little black rectangle in the top right hand corner. No idea what's happening. There we go. Don't know what was happening there. So it would just do that, and that was just really annoying. And you had to add a custom motion just to stop it creating a little thing at the top right hand corner, and it took them months to fix that. So that's another example. So the other thing is just, this is the last fundraiser which I did a quick little clip for. And that's another thing that I love about Video Studio. It just, you can change, they give you presets that make sense to a beginner, and they don't overload you with loads of other stuff. So you can just choose your formats and everything, and you can change things at any point, which you can't do once you go really full up to pro level. They assume you know what the heck you're doing. You can't change your mind. Whereas VS has been quite good for that, although there are some cases where you kind of have to be smart, and one of them is this little thing that I've been doing over here. And so this is my current kind of gripe, and this is why I've decided I'm going to try and stop using Video Studio. So I've got a title over here, and I've added a custom motion to it instead of just using the normal slide up, because what I want to do is I want each of these titles to come up and then end at the same place, or at the same point, and I want them to stay there. So if I look at this first title here, which is this one over here, Easter Kids Craft, the title comes up from the bottom of the screen. You can see it appears from the bottom of the screen, comes up, and it stops at that point. And if there's no exit animation on this title, I used the custom motion at the end. I changed it. So that title should stay there, right at the top. Well, the minute I let go of my mouse, you notice how it just jumped, and all the other titles that also get introduced later, they also just jumped randomly. Let me just, instead of scrubbing, which doesn't work, and that's my complaint, I'll just let it play. So it runs up and they stop, and that's it. So let me just do that again. So I'm going to stop it with the space bar just about here. And notice how it randomly just moved to a different frame. The animation has ended, but it's just moved randomly to a different frame. So that's my prime gripe. It's one of the things that you can do. Let me just go to the media and just choose a folder. Yeah, I'm limited. This is the thing. Every project, I end up want to try and use something from a previous project because you want to use it as a template, but you just can't use the same artwork because it eventually fills up, and then You can't add it into this library after a while. But so I've got the library there, and what I should be able to do is I should be able to grab the last. It's not working anymore, but I should be able to go to the last frame of this. Right click, effects, convert to PNG, and I should get a PNG which has this text: Easter craft kids for pre-to-K. That's what should be in the PNG. Okay, and what I've often done for titles, and this is why this is annoying me intensely, is I can take a PNG, pop that PNG back onto the timeline here, and then I can provide any kind of transition on that PNG. In fact, what you can also do is you can have all of these titles all stack nicely, because they all end up in the right place when you in edit mode, which I think is nice. But notice how the others all hide away. No idea why. What you can also do is you can hide all the other tracks, for example. You could hide all the other tracks and then do a screenshot. But because the animating isn't working, so I could take a screenshot of all of these, mask out the background, so they should all appear now. Well, assume, no, and then it disappears. So that's my gripe with this, because normally I would be able to take previous version of Corel, I could take a screenshot of this final screen where it gets to the end over here, mask out the background, and then I could provide a nice transition that maybe changes the color of the text or makes it disappear in a really fancy way that you can't do with the built-in animations or motions. So that's my prime gripe, and so what you got to do is you got to end up rendering the entire blooming thing out just so that you can get that animation. And so this is what the clip's supposed to look like. Let's just drag it in right here and just play the interesting bits. There, and because I couldn't create a transition from that previous to last frame with all the titles, I just switched over to the actual original poster. So yeah, that's my gripe. I know that it's going to be quite a learning curve, but I appreciate that for must be probably nearly 10 years now. So I bought 4 or 5 versions of Video Studio, and I've enjoyed learning, but it's now got to the point where it's not really the right tool for me, and I'm not making money, so I'm probably never ever going to buy Studio from Blackmagic, but I'm happy to try and see if, and those are not the only bugs, but yeah, I'm happy to try and see if that is the right tool for me. I mean, I've played with a couple of others, and so I'm hopefully ready to move on to the next. Anyway, that's my bug. Let's see what. It's been a great tool. It's been a great journey. It's probably just not for me. Thanks for watching. Cheers.